So, a very, very good morning to each one. Namaste to each one. Last entire week, we worked on the philosophy of Jainism. Before that, we were doing the Theta journal. And I had given everybody this 1 week's time to write the journal and tell me if there is any feedback on the same. So before I start today's topic of Theta way of living, I really wish if anybody has anything to share about their journal and what difference writing the journal has made into their lives. Is there anyone who has done it religiously and would like to share any difference? I just see a smile on everyone's face, which indicates I think nobody has done it. Shilpa, have you done it?
One minute, huh? Yeah. I have not written it very, very religiously. Initially, I had written it, but I did follow, your other things like my one friend had called up yesterday and he was very, very upset with something that had happened to him. And he kept on saying, this one did this to me, this one that to me. How can they do this to me? So then I just said, okay, I understand what you told me to do. Instead of giving my gyan, my bhashan to him, which would not have made a difference because he was continuously, upset about something. So I just said, okay, yeah, I do understand. Yes, I know it's like that. It's really difficult for you to understand. To go through this. So I agreed with what he was saying instead of giving my opinion or my point of view. So that did make a difference, it did calm him down,
Yeah, or probably you didn't either agree or disagreed. Because in
Yes.
any way, he wasn't looking for your agreement or disagreement.
No.
He just wanted,
as you said, he's more interested in
venting it out, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when people use somebody else as a punching board, and unknowingly we also get into their karmic journey. Because
Yes.
the minute we speak our bhav, what we say, our emotion gets attached to it. And whether they generate any negative karmas or not, but we do.
Yes,
Because
true.
we get so triggered, we get so carried away with it. So probably you avoided getting into his karmic cycle, and that's how it helped you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It helped him also not listen to my gyan, but to have somebody listen to his outpouring.
Yeah. Good. Chalo, good to know that at least something you are using in your everyday life.
Yes.
Is there
Yes,
anyone else who would like to share something? Because I want to know, where are you all heading before I give my more gyan to you. So at least we know where we all are heading. Friends, please start participating because it is not a one-way traffic. To bring change in the life, we all require to talk it out, to speak it out. The whole platform is created that you can share what you are going through, where you are getting stuck, how does it help you. So today's day, Shilpa has saved for all of you. Tomorrow, I will pick up anyone randomly how I picked up today. So all of you be ready for that. So coming to today's topic of Theta way of living, we understood that there are certain points we would like to start putting it in our journal. We understood what are the foundation philosophies which is constantly showing you guideline, which is giving you light. Anytime in your life when you are stuck, you just remember them. And even the last week was very easy to remember. So like ahimsa, am I being violent? Am I doing this and all? Today, what we are going to talk about is one very special thing of Theta Healing. What we call is body scan. What is Theta Healing? Connecting to the theta frequency of the brain. It's a meditation. It's a meditative technique. in that meditation, you connect to the theta frequency of the brain. Why do you want to connect to the theta frequency of the brain? Because it's much deeper, much slower. What you can develop through years meditation, by learning how to do that, you can harness that wisdom that your soul has acquired through different lifetimes. When we all start our journey as a soul, we all have lots and lots and lots of wisdom. Probably all the answers that we spent our entire lifetime to get those answers, to resolve that. We don't need to look outside. We already know those answers. We know it. If I have a particular problem, how do I resolve that? We already know that. That wisdom is within us. So Theta Healing teaches us how to harness that wisdom within ourselves. So the first thing, when I learned as a student in the Theta Healing class, was the minute they teach us how to connect to the theta frequency of the brain, what are the 7 foundation which requires us to be in that, what it teaches us to do a body scan. And initially, if I tell you that, you know what, you can do the CT scan, you can do the MRI yourself, you can get your blood test done by just connecting in a meditative state. It's a very difficult thing to believe in. So my first experience of that was when I learned it from an Australian lady. It was not Vienna certified. The Walk Hard had arranged it and we all learned it, and I thought it is the same Theta Healing. And instead of 10 students, there were only 9 students. So when they pair up, I had to pair up with my teacher. And she's told me that you don't scan me, but I'm giving you a name. For example, if the name Shilpa Mehta is given, you all can scan. We all can scan. And if she mentions that I have this problem, for example, I have a kidney stone, I have that, like, or a general scan you can do. So there are different types of scans, but we can look within the body. And she gave me 2 names from Australia. She gave me and she said, and she didn't give me any other information. She gave me 1, 2 random names. They are not Indian names. She said, Sangeeta, you scan for this person and tell me what does their body have. And it was a very body specific scan she wanted. And the way in which it was being taught, my understanding was that I will see brain, how it functions, the different parts of the brain. People can see actually the inside functioning of the eyes. They can see neurotransmitters. You can see inside the body a lot of things. Now, the person that I am, I wasn't clairvoyant, was not in my strength. I could more of like, I could sense it. So for me, clearly, I couldn't see inside the body. And I was like, no, but I cannot see anything. My eyes are shut and it's simply like dark and I can't see inside. And she said, no, you tell me what messages you get. So I thought, no, I mean, if my teacher has so much trust in me, I must like have some patience. And I'm like, okay, this person, creator, guide me. And let me at least follow through, like from the head to the toes. Just let me go through where I feel light, where it is dark. And I could suddenly sense sort of a voice or something telling me that ideally this gentleman has a lot of health issues. He has this issues. This body part has problem. But he's a person who will never tell people that I have this problem. He needs urgent medical assistance. He needs to go for that. He needs to do that. And then I said, but no, I need to give her 2 people's thing. So like, let me go to the second person. And I went to the second person and the body was Like it looked like all clear. And it suddenly like told me that this is a very attention seeking guy. He portrays all the time that I have this problem, I have that problem, I have that problem. He actually doesn't have any problem. He, I said, see, your brain is something which is programmed to use. We all are programmed to use. So it's like, that exercise was so beautiful. I got comfortable with something which is unknown. I do not know whom am I talking to, but I just knew that this is not me because I don't even know these people. How do I speak to myself about them? And my logical mind immediately like argued, how stupid is that? Why will he do that? Why would somebody do that when they are completely fine? And why would they want to say that this is happening? And I again heard the voice that, no, he has some problem with his wife. So that's the only way his wife looks after him. And that time I had not understood the limiting beliefs. And I was like, really? People do this also? Said, yeah. Said, what does he require to do to help himself out? Because it not only is a negative thing for others, it is for him also because he is taking so much medicine which is not needed. And that is just a function of my common sense. And again, I heard a voice. So then I just keeping my eyes shut, holding her hand, I told my teacher that for the person A, I said I can pronounce his name, but this is what I get the message, and this is for the person B, the second person's name that you said. I'm getting this message. And when I opened my eyes, I could see a big, broad smile on her face. And the first thing my teacher told me was, pat your back and say, I'm good. I did too good. And I'm like, no, it is so egoistic to tell yourself, oh, I'm so good. She said, no, it was fantastic. You did absolutely amazing skiing. I said, but I couldn't see anything inside the body. She said, does not matter. But what you said was a perfect diagnosis. You gave the resolution, you gave everything. And that was my journey to harness the divine wisdom within us. And after that, even many other workshops that I did, each class, each teacher came up with the same thing. In fact, there were classes where they didn't even teach me, they refused to teach me. They said, you go in another room, you are completely guided. You only question yourself, you get, even if there is one particular day we will call a break day in the class, nobody will tell you. You are supposed to listen to your divine wisdom. And that was the journey I started to start listening to that inner voice, that intuition, harnessing that divine wisdom within ourselves. Initially, it sounds, it freaks you out because you are like, can I really see inside the body? And gradually, as then I chose to study with Vana Stibble, and I learned many of the clients' cases taught me to trust it. So I would really like to share one more case here where a 7-year-old girl, the parents came and they were very baffled and they said, my child has this gravitational insecurity. I said, what happens to your child? They said that anytime when we are walking, if my child has to get down a little bit also, like even if in a bathroom there is a 6-inch height, and if she has to get down, she will freeze. So she had multiple problems. They came with such huge medical file, multiple problem that she was definitely a slow learner, and many other problems. So they said, but this is the major problem. She cannot get down. Her body freezes. And even if you go out anywhere, there are times that you need to get down a step. There are times that there is a slope and you need to get down. Now, we cannot have the roads where You don't need to climb and don't need to get down. And they said she will freeze, her body will like start like shattering, and she will be like, no, I can't. And then there were a lot of body signs that she will go. She was in a very special school for the same reason. And like ADD, ADHD, she had like 10 to 12 things being diagnosed in her name. And then the mother was complaining and harnessing your own wisdom. Something told me that tell the parents to stop cribbing. So I just said, I don't want to listen to you. I had clearly told you not to get the child along with you, but you guys have got her. Let me speak to my client. And I got her into the seat. I told her, let us start doing the beats, a magical tool and all. And suddenly realized that I never asked her, do you have this problem? So after 10 minutes of doing that, I asked her, do you have this problem? I said, what problem do you have? She said, she never spoke. She said, I said, oh, you don't have any problem. But then your parents has said that. And my clinic had a bathroom which had obviously a 9-inch height. I said, can you go there and can get down? She said, yes. I said, okay, please go. She went, she got down. I said, wow, you did good. Can you go jump from the sofa? She did that. And parents are telling me you hypnotized her. I said, I'm sitting right in front of you. I haven't done even anything to her. But there are a lot of tools. What happens is whenever you once connect to that divine wisdom within you, it is like your own inner Google, your own torch, which constantly guides you. It's sort of something tells you, do this, do that, do that, do that. And how beautifully this girl came out of it, how beautifully the scans showed. And in fact, I asked Creator, how do I explain parents about it? Why did she have this? And Creator explained it very beautifully. Creator said, like, what is gravitational insecurity? What is gravity? So gravity is that anything that I pick up in my hand, if I have a pen and if I have to throw it, it will go down. So ideally, going down should be very easy. She never has a problem climbing up. She has a problem going down. So why did doctor tell her this? And I challenged the diagnosis which was written by majority of the doctors simply by harnessing this divine wisdom. I said, no, yeah, this is written here, but I disagree to that. I said, she doesn't have problem climbing up. She has problem going down. Why do you call it gravitational insecurity? And let us focus on how do we release that? How do we remove that? And using the power of the subconscious, we helped her, 7-year-old girl. Beautifully, she jumped. She sat alone. She did every possible thing that the parents said she will never do it. So each one of you have that divine wisdom within you. What Theta Healing tells you is that, as Shilpa said, that she used the word, I understand. It's a logical way of dealing with it, that letting somebody know that I hear you out. Letting somebody speak themselves out. When you allow them to speak, they themselves get clarity. Why do you believe that I have all the wisdom? You don't have, but the divine in you does have. Let the divine guide you. So the second step here after is connecting to the divine wisdom within us. I chose to learn it by learning Theta Healing and using it in my everyday life. And trust me, you all have that wisdom within you. I want each one of you, when you develop, to have that patience, to just look within yourself and slowly and gradually develop that art of harnessing and connecting to that divine wisdom. The minute you are silent, the minute you stop judging people, the minute you stop judging yourself, you ideally get that connection within yourself. And then the life allows you to believe into that. Because many times it will happen that even if your logical mind is questioning what you are thinking is correct or wrong, life will tell you, and you will get as if the confirmation regarding the same thing. So one of the thing, and this requires a lot of time. So one story before I download, it's a very personal story which I would like to share. That a few years back, it happened that my husband started going through some severe pain in the stomach, and it used to happen anytime. Gradually, it became so severe that every day he started experiencing it. We were traveling abroad. We were in US, Hong Kong, and once in Hong Kong, his blood pressure also went down along with that. So when we came down, he went back to his doctor and he took medication, but the problem continued. That didn't change. So one of the day, my son said, "Dad, why don't you sit with mom?" And he said, "Oh, never said no." And my answer was, "But you know my way of working. Till you don't ask, I wouldn't scan you. I will not work because it is fine. All the pathies work, and I have equal respect for all. I believe in Theta Healing, B technique, but if you believe in the way allopathy works, I'm absolutely fine." And he said, "No, but like right now the medicines are not working." And so sitting at home, what I'm asking you all to develop the quality of looking inside the body. I said, "Do I have the permission to scan?" And creator immediately told me it is a stone. This is the stone which is getting stuck. Now, obviously in Theta Healing, we teach many more things that because we believe that our limiting beliefs creates every reality. So I'm like, what experiences caused him to create this stone in the body? Emotionally, what emotions is he holding on to? What needs to be done to clear this stone? And the guidance that divine wisdom guides you with everything very, very beautifully. And one of a very simple solution it gave that first you clear the beliefs, but then after that, he simply for 8 days requires to drink boiled water with a lot of ginger. And slowly and gradually it will clear. But creator said, don't wait. If you will wait for 8 days, it was showing me ICU unit and all. And I'm asking that, how do I know what you are saying is correct or wrong? It's about my husband's health, and I don't want to take any chance here. And it said that he every day has the symptoms. If the symptoms disappear, you are on the right path. If they don't, go to the doctor today itself. I said, sounds good. He started it and he didn't get any symptoms. He came to clinic. We did the belief work and everything. Second day, again, no symptoms. But whenever solutions are very simple, we somehow start taking it very lightly. If the doctors tell us you have to go through a surgery, if they forced us to take quarantine, we did that. The first wave, everybody was fearful, everybody did. So we somehow are created such a fear-based psychology within us. Second wave, it's okay. I don't care by the time, some time goes. So when solutions are simpler, we just tend to think that it's okay, I don't need to follow that. And after 3 4 days, he got into that I think, I don't need to follow it. Like everything is fine. He traveled, he did everything, and he stopped drinking that water. He stopped having the light food. After 8 days, which even I had forgotten, and even he had forgotten, when he came back. To cut the story short, uh, he went through severe pain after traveling. We went to the hospital, the best hospital in Mumbai, Brij Candy. We got a sonography done as per the guidance of the doctor, but it did not show any stone. And doctors said that since there is nothing blocking, looks more like a jaundice, you go home, take medicine, eat everything. After 2 days, that stone got stuck and he got pancreatic attack. The body started sweating. The pressure went down to 50. His body was sweating as if you can squeeze water like half a bucket. And the stomach was moving, and immediately we had to admit him in the ICU. Just because I had done that scan before, and I believe into that scan, though the sonography and the best doctor in the town said that he does not have any problem. In the ICU unit, a voice told me that, and I had told doctor many times before, please get a CT scan done. They refused, and I said, no, you please, I insist, I want you to get a CT scan done. I don't want one more sonography. We don't have time. By God's grace, they listened and they immediately identified the stone. And then obviously, once the diagnosis was correct, everything else then followed. So, friends, I'm just telling you that in life, this one quality really helps us. It took me time to believe into what I am seeing inside the body, to trust that what I am seeing inside the body is correct than even what my sonography reports are showing. Because no matter how much of a perfect everything is, but it can still capture only a part of it many times. So that's why I shared these two stories with you. I want each one to develop that divine wisdom, because at the time of the crisis, only and only the wisdom within you will guide you and will safeguard you and your family, probably your friends. And it's a matter of everyday practice. It's not something that we choose to do once. But that day, I genuinely felt that the theta healing that I practiced for years paid me off. And it is a question of that half an hour. You don't have time. It is that time what message comes to you and you trusting that message and taking a decision. Our decisions are based on what we believe in. And we all have this wisdom within us. So today we are going to download and instill these feelings into each one to develop this connection. As I say, I'm always a strong advocate of learning it, because as I learned it first time, I didn't trust my inner voice, but my teacher made me believe that it was so correct, guided me, And then with time, I chose to practice it every day, to believe into that. And then the enough time, many, many times, the confirmation came from the opposite side, that that divine wisdom is always guiding correctly. So it's a matter of practice, matter of choosing what and who we want to become. So is everybody ready for the downloads? So would you all like to know what it feels like through greatest definition and perspective of the seventh plane of creator of all that is? I know what it feels like to harness the divine wisdom within myself. I know how to do that. I know it is safe, it is possible for me. I'm deserving to connect to the wisdom within myself, to the divinity within myself. I develop the quality of being able to see within the body, being able to hear what's happening within my body and others' body, being able to sense and allow myself to be able to understand that voice within, and through the perception of the creator of all that is and that it is possible, I now choose to invoke the divine wisdom within myself, and that it is possible and I'm deserving for it into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best, in the highest and best possible way for me. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Whoever says yes, the feelings be instilled into each one now and later. I know what it feels like to let go of the self-doubts, and that it is safe, it is possible, I'm deserving to believe in the self. I understand self-belief through greatest definition and perspective of the seventh plane of creator of all that is. I know how to do that. It is safe, it is possible. I'm deserving of living my daily life with self-belief into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best, in the highest and best possible way for me. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Whoever says yes, at the level of their readiness to receive this, the downloads be done for each one of them. I understand looking inside the body, doing a body scan, through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of creator of all that is. I know how to look inside my own body. I know how to talk to my body. I know how to communicate with my body. I know how to let my body know that I am there with my body. I know how to allow my body to use its own intellect, wisdom, and intuition to heal itself. I understand my body has the wisdom and the power to heal itself. I know how to allow the wisdom of my higher self and the wisdom of the creator of all that is to heal my body. I know what it feels like to do the scan in different aspects of my reality, and that it is possible for me to look at the different aspects of my life through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to change my perceptions and allow the situations to change for my betterment, and that it is safe, it is possible, I'm deserving of living a happy life and to create happiness and health within myself. I know what it feels like to trust my intuition and to develop the quality of being clairvoyant, clairaudient, being kinesthetic through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to have the alignment in my own energy field and be grounded, be connected to the energy of the Creator of all that is. I know how to have my own aura, which is very strong, safeguarding me, protecting me, that it is safe, it is possible for me to live my daily life in alignment with the energy of the Creator of all that is. It is safe, it is possible, I am deserving of living my daily life with the same into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of everyone's body, in every area of your life, at all the four level of your beliefs, for your highest and best in the highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill these feelings into each one who says yes now or later while watching the video. These feelings be instilled into each one of them, into the language that they understand, at the level they are ready to take it, for each one's highest and best, for their highest and best possible way for them. Thank you. With your permission, passing unconditional love, light, and healing to each one now. Whoever says yes, thank you. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. As Shilpa said, she started using the golden word. I want each one now in your space, as and when you get time, talk to your own body. Any part of your body is paining. For example, if your wrist is paining, you can put your hand, close your eyes, and connect and talk to your wrist and say, what is happening here? Why is it paining? What do I need to do to change it? And take action and see whether you are being able to harness the divine wisdom or not. You will get to know only when you put it into your action. Remember, you can speak to your body. Do it only for yourself. Because if you are not a certified theta practitioner, don't do it on others. Do it on yourself. When you get 100 times the correct way of doing it, then probably you can think about others. But before that, please don't do it for others, just do it for yourself. But start connecting to the divine wisdom within you. Start talking to the body. It will really help you a lot. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Remember the journal, please go through it. Start putting it into action in your everyday life. See you all tomorrow with lots of gratitude from Team Cesta. See you all tomorrow, 9 o'clock sharp. Thank you.